So now we will hear from 12 of our seed stage companies. Again, in 2-minute rapid pitches alphabetically, just as before. We will not be introducing them and they will follow one after another. I am so excited about what all of these companies are building. We did a practice yesterday and I have to tell you, great stories. You are going to love this part of our panels. First up, Babbly and Maryam.
Thank you, Susan. Hello, everyone. My name is Maryam Nabavi, and I'm co-founder and CEO of Babbly. At Babbly, we're building the world's largest data platform to monitor and support development in the first 3 years of life. Next. So the problem we're solving is in the baby development space. We know that 80% of the brain is developed in the first 3 years of life. Yet how we track its development really hasn't changed since the 60s. The picture you see here is an example of a standardized checklist that's given to parents at regular doctor visits, and doctors have to rely on parents reporting to figure out if a baby is following their milestones or not. This is why conditions like speech and language development which actually impact 1 in 10 children, are not diagnosed until a child reaches age 4 or 5, and it's disastrous. Next. So the solution we have built is an AI-powered platform. Through a consumer-facing app currently, parents can record their baby using their phone, upload that video into our app, and within a few seconds, our AI analyzes the baby's voice and gives parents data on what stage of development in speech and language the child is at. Next. We know that this is a massive market. Looking at just baby monitors and pediatric speech and language and occupational therapy, we're looking at an $8 billion total addressable market size. In US and Canada alone, it's over $3 billion. Next. In terms of our business model, we're going to market through B2C and B2B2C. We refer parents who need support to therapists, and we charge a 30% premium on that. But we're also very excited about licensing our AI into devices around the home, such as baby monitors and smart speakers. Next, since we have launched the platform, we're seeing great results. 85% see improvements after speaking to a therapist and their child starts to say their first words. We have also just signed an LOI with the largest manufacturer of baby monitor in the world. Next. And we're very excited about the future because our team is actually consisted of former Amazon Alexa engineers, machine learning scientists, and also health executives. If you would like to join us along our journey, feel free to reach out to us at babbly.co. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sigi Mamerstein. I'm the CEO and founder of BabyLiveAdvice, which is my third startup. I'm also a nurse practitioner of 25 years with clinical experience and a mother. BabyLiveAdvice is a technology-enabled service supporting maternal infant care from preconception to early childhood. Next. We are in the maternal infant crisis with 10 million women living in maternal desert due to OBs leaving their practices, hospital closing their maternal wards. The results are the highest maternal infant morbidity and mortality in the industrial world and a $400 billion price tag. Next. BabyLiveAdvice is the only company in the market combining telehealth and telemonitoring capacities with expert providers, midwives, doulas, nurses, and NPs to provide education, support, advice, and monitoring to birthing people and new parents. Our customers are the hospitals, providers, and insurers who need our support to better serve their own mothers and babies. We provide care coordination, maternal education, diabetes, hypertension, nutrition, lactation support, mental health services, and much, much more to our customers. We keep an eye on mothers and their babies, reduce the cost of care and overall risk. We have many proven clinical outcomes to date. We are focusing on rural, remote, low socioeconomic, culturally based services. Our platform are available both in Spanish and in English, and we can speak in 250 languages through our virtual translation. Next, and next. As you can see, we have many partners and contracts. Our current contracts are worth over $500,000, and we have very strong and hot pipeline as well. To date, we serve over 20,000 clients and experienced 200% growth in the last year alone. As part of our global mission to serve mothers and babies everywhere, We white label our platform to other countries and have hubs in Kenya, Uganda, Colombia, and India. Next. We are currently raising our first seed round led by Venn Ventures with some strategic investors such as CareFirst and LifeBridge Health. We are seeking to close our seed round soon and use the money to hire a team and increase our sales. We project $1.5 million in revenue in the next year. Next. My company's board of directors and advisors brings with them combined 100 years of clinical and service experience. That is what makes us so successful today. Contact me if you like to invest, collaborate, or be our customers. Thank you so much for your time.
Hi, my name is Aceil Halaby, founder and COO at Bloomer Tech, and we're the company building the gateway to seamless, personalized health, because people should grow with glory. We see that people, and certainly the underdiagnosed and undertreated group of women around the world, should be able to grow confidently and independently, no matter how their bodies present symptoms with age, metabolize drugs, or respond to therapeutics. We believe that the way to empower each woman to uniquely live her best life is to use her own data to generate personal digital biomarkers to support her health goals and outcomes. Personal biomarkers are her own objective biological indicators that can be used to explain, influence, and even predict her health outcomes. The group of diverse women you saw before you have all been impacted by the #1 cause of disability and mortality, heart disease. Their data is key to generating the biomarkers that will enable them to lead a life they are confident about. So what if data is key to their life-saving biomarkers? What do our data collecting tools look like today? And that's what you see before you. Next. Well, I can tell you in short, our devices do not meet the standards for biomarkers we see as life-saving for women. Women consistently see worse outcomes than their male counterparts. And this is why we have augmented the most ubiquitous garment women already wear to increase the frequency and value of data we collect from each woman. We have already tested our product in early feasibility studies at the MIT Clinical Research Center and are preparing to launch further studies with partners in women's heart health around the country. We have already collected over 2 million biomarker data points and invite partners to grow these efforts. Next. We are not your average heart monitor. We are preparing for the world's largest data set on heart health that will generate life-saving biomarkers for every underdiagnosed and undertreated group of people, starting with the largest subgroup of women. The markets for biomarkers extend beyond diagnostic therapeutics to prevention and even wellness. Next. If you are interested in learning when we will be kicking off our next funding round or seeing a product demo, please reach me at aceil@bloomertech.com. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kaitlin Christine, and I'm the CEO and founder at Gabbi. Gabbi is the first digital health solution that accurately and inclusively predicts a woman's risk for breast cancer and equips her to take action with community support. Next. Did you know that breast cancer affects younger women? In fact, 26% of women diagnosed with breast cancer are under 50. What's even more staggering is that of those young women, 85% are diagnosed at late stages when the disease is the most life-threatening and costly. What we know is that when caught early, the 5-year survival rate is over 90%. And this is where Gabbi comes in. Next. Gabbi identifies women early, helping payers save lives and money by decreasing the time to diagnosis, the cost of diagnosis, and giving women the prospective ability to take control of their health. We validated our risk model with a national payer, which allowed us to find Mira. Next. Mira is 35 years old and a working mom of 2 boys. She has a paternal family member who's had prostate cancer, but otherwise she has an active and healthy lifestyle. Mira was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer in 2018, but Gabbi would have found her 2 years earlier at stage 1. Next. Our consumer-facing app assesses a woman's 2-year risk of breast cancer, equips her with a plan, and moves her to action with community support. Next. We sell to the payers because we have lower false positives than existing models. We have better accuracy. We have a higher rate of early stage detection, and we can save them up to $400 million in just 1 year. We just closed our oversubscribed pre-seed round of $1 million with notable investors such as Ann Wojcicki of 23andMe, and we will be raising our seed round before the end of the year and are looking for a lead for the seed round as well as additional payer partnerships. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kaitlin. I'm a CEO and co-founder of Hey Jane, a digital clinic for abortion pill access. Next. Abortion remains one of the most common and yet most underserved health treatments that exist. 1 in 4 women will have one in their lives, and yet many must travel hundreds of miles just to reach a clinic and then push through crowds of aggressive protesters to get inside. Moreover, they often must navigate the experience with little to no emotional support, since stigma often prevents them from discussing the experience with even their closest friends or family members. Next. Hey Jane is reinventing abortion care delivery by offering safe, effective, FDA-approved abortion pills through telemedicine. Patients complete a simple online intake and then consult with an experienced provider through either text or video chat. Treatment arrives at their home in just a few days in completely discreet packaging, and they'll have access to on-demand support throughout. Next. We launched earlier this year in 2 states, New York and Washington, and have seen great results so far. We've now served over 600 patients and maintain an average 9.9 out of 10 satisfaction rating. We've also seen really strong economics with a CAC under $65 and an extremely high attachment rate to recurring products like birth control. Next. Thanks to recent regulatory relaxations, we can rapidly expand this model in many other states throughout the US. We'll then start investing in additional emotional and support channels, since we think this is absolutely critical to addressing a host of other underserved women's health needs. After abortion, we will expand into additional treatment verticals that intersect the need for emotional and social and physical care. Concepts we're exploring include emotional health around miscarriage and postpartum depression. We think that delivering excellent care in these critical medical moments allows us to form an extremely strong relationship with the patients that naturally segues into primary care. Next. The team brings great experience from tech, ops, and medicine. We just closed an oversubscribed seed round, but would still love to connect. Shoot me an email at Kaitlin@heyjane.co. Thank you.
Hi, everyone, and thank you, Kaitlin from Hey Jane, big fangirl over here. My name is Rachel Bartholomew, and I'm the CEO of Hyivy Health. Next. 1 in 3 women worldwide are dealing with non-curable pelvic health issues. These conditions impact a woman's day-to-day activities, quality of life, and are not just fixed with Kegels or stimulation. There's over 50 million women in North America with these conditions and only 5,400 therapists who can treat them, alongside rehab products which actually haven't been upgraded since 1938. Women deserve better. Next. Hyivy Health has created a FDA-regulated, patented remote patient monitoring system for pelvic rehab, using a multi-therapy vaginal wand connecting 3 therapies at once while tracking the first ever data on the pelvic floor, reported to our patient mobile app and software portal for clinicians. Our device decreases vaginal dryness, pelvic pain, incontinence symptoms, and vaginal scarring. And for clinicians, we help reduce the cost to treat patients, time to clinical outcomes, and improve access to their care. Next. We sell the device to patients for $450 with our consumable pods built specifically for the device at $20 per pack. We also sell a clinician software for $99 a month and have an in-clinic use device in R&D, as well as modeling how our data can be used to further pelvic health research. We're the only personalized medical grade device empowering doctors and patients with better data to understand the effectiveness of their pelvic treatments. Next. We're a team of 20 diverse, majority female and experienced entrepreneurs, engineers, and scientists. As CEO, I've had a successful startup exit in the past, and I actually created Hyivy out of my own cervical cancer diagnosis I've been fighting for the past 2 years. Next. We have 35 clinicians and 400 patients signed up. We filed our patents and have gained strategic, technical, pharma, and market partnerships. We're in the process of closing our pre-seed round with $655,000 committed with some room left over. And we're going to use this funding to complete our clinical study, get our product ready for manufacturing, and secure our regulatory approvals, all for a year-end pre-sale. We'd love to connect with investors, and thank you for your time today.
Hi, I'm Anne Garnier, the founder and CEO of Lisa Health. Lisa Health is a digital therapeutics company targeting the $13 billion underserved menopause market with our AI and wearable-powered mobile app. Next. My team and advisory board is a world-class group of menopause experts, scientists, engineers, and healthcare executives. The inspiration for Lisa Health came from my own challenging menopause journey. In 2019, we launched the first digital health solution for menopause. We became an SRI portfolio company in 2020, collaborating on patent pending IP. Lisa Health is recognized as a menopause leader and was recently awarded the prestigious NSF Seed Fund grant. Next. 47 million women become postmenopausal every year worldwide. It's a life stage that typically starts in the early 40s and spans 1/3 of a woman's life. 85% will experience multiple symptoms lasting years. Fewer than 20% of physicians are trained in menopausal care, resulting in women spending considerable money and years trying to self-manage a lengthy, complex life stage without relief. There is a clear demand from Gen X demographic aging into this life stage for holistic and non-invasive tech solutions to manage their journey. Next. With advances in technology, no longer do women have to suffer in silence without relief. Lisa Health's AI-powered app with integrated wearable technology bridges the gap in care. Our solution features patent-pending algorithms and sensor technology targeting key menopause biomarkers. We provide personalized insights and a broad range of evidence-based precision therapeutics that women want and need. And importantly, we can evaluate therapeutic efficacy, provide relief in real time, and identify and adapt to changes in symptoms and health on their 30-year journey. Lisa Health's non-invasive tech solution empowers women to quickly take control of their menopause journey and thrive in midlife. Next. We are raising a seed round. Contact me at ann@lisahealth.com to learn more about how we're using advanced technology to transform the lives of 3.8 billion women. Thank you.
Sophia, you're on mute. Sophia.
Yes, thank you. So bad. Hi, I'm Dr. Sophia Yen, CEO and co-founder of Pandia Health, the only doctor-led, women-founded, women-led birth control delivery company. And one of the top reasons women don't take their birth control is they don't have it in hand. We realized we could solve this by shipping it until no one runs out of birth control on our watch. However, when we ran ads for free birth control delivery, 60% needed a prescription. And either it had expired and never had one to begin with. I'm a doctor, I can write prescriptions, and thus Pandia Health was born. Next slide. Pandia Health is the end-to-end solution for women's health, telemedicine and pharmacy under one roof. From the comfort of your home, you can access an online asynchronous doctor's visit 24/7. Then we fill the medication, ship it to your door, set it and forget it, get Pandia peace of mind. Next slide. The market, 10.7 million women currently use the birth control pill, patch, or ring, and 7 million more would use it if, quote, easily available. We bring birth control to wherever you have internet and a mailbox. It doesn't get easier than that. The market is $4.6 billion, and that's just with birth control. And as I mentioned, we're building the brand that women trust with their health. We're going to add on acne, menopause, one CAC with several average order values. Next slide. I'm proud to have brought together a team of experts, each with 20+ years of experience in their fields. If you look at the top 4, a CTO that's gone through several different startups and 3 great exits, as well as a COO who's a serial founder with amazing sales, biz dev, and connections, and a head of marketing that we're proud, young, energetic, amazing with organic social media. Next slide. COVID has been an absolute tailwind, as you've heard from many of us, decreasing our customer acquisition costs to 1/3 of its original number and increasing our checkout from 13% to 50+%. And as you can see, we have a ton of website visitors, we have customers, we have a product, and we have 73 to 98% retention at a year. We actually have 5 out of 5 Google reviews, but I didn't put that because I didn't figure anyone would believe it. We are a recession-proof subscription. Next slide. So if you're interested in improving women's lives and growing the online health brand that women trust, reach out. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Stevie Klein, and am I actually on?
We can hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it was showing like everyone else's face. Yeah, so I'm Stevie Klein, and I'm the CEO of Prenome. And at Prenome, we believe that the future of healthcare is already written in our DNA. At Prenome, we are a women's health company focused on risk-informed care. And our platform enables the early identification of risks and individualized interventions to lower costs and improve outcomes, starting with indications surrounding gestational diabetes. Next slide. The problem we're addressing at Prenome is that acute care is the status quo in the United States versus preventative care. And for us, a great example of this issue is gestational diabetes. A simple case of gestational diabetes adds an additional $5,000 onto the cost of pregnancy, but it's screened for at about 24 weeks when the window for prevention and intervention has passed at that point. And next slide. Prenome's first market product is our HT2 test, which stands for High Tech, High Touch, which provides polygenic risk scores for pregnancy complications. It's a one-stop physician-ordered test and companion digital health app to provide women with easy-to-read predictive results and interventions for conditions such as gestational diabetes, postpartum depression, cardiac conditions, preterm birth, and preeclampsia. And next slide. Our team is made up of renowned experts in women's health, reimbursement, and science, with a strong group of industry advisors from Illumina, Biorad, Johns Hopkins, Hims and Hers, Myriad's Women's Health Team, Cleveland Clinic, Johnson & Johnson, and AbbVie. We're really excited about our founding team, and we're growing our team exponentially. Next slide. I know we've talked a lot about this today, but women's health is obviously a huge market with growing customer awareness as interest in lifelong health grows. The introduction of period tracking apps, social media influence, and increased advocacy for gynecological care is really changing the landscape of the women's health market. And we're super excited to be here today, being able to really take advantage of this marketplace. Next slide. Currently, we are fundraising to validate our HT2 test, which will be launched in the fall. We're doing a 10,000 women study, which also, if anyone is currently pregnant or has been diagnosed with gestational diabetes in the past, please let me know. We'd love to have you as part of our study. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at stevie@prenome.com. Love to hear from everyone. And thank you guys so much.
I'm Liz Dickinson, CEO and co-founder of Relish. I've struggled with my own weight all my life, but it wasn't until I met a doctor that really understood how to treat weight loss that I lost 60 pounds, and I've kept it off for 15 years. Now there's Relish. Next. In the US, less than 0.5% of doctors know how to treat obesity, and actually even fewer than that understand the relationship of adverse childhood experiences, ACEs for short, toxic stress, and being overweight. ACEs are surprisingly common. Almost 60% of the population has at least one. Sadly, women are more frequently impacted by ACEs than men, and because of past experiences, women, many of them, live their lives with undiagnosed chronic depression. We medicate with food when all the while there are safe, effective, modern weight loss drugs. These meds can manage the damage done to the brain by toxic stress and help patients to lose weight, but patients don't know about them and doctors don't prescribe them. Relish uses a fully integrated multidisciplinary approach via telehealth and AI to differentiate ourselves in the weight loss industry. Our solution is delivered on a monthly subscription model that's all inclusive. Doctor visits, meds, nutrition, fitness advice, facilitated weekly group, and reinforced with an always-on, highly engaging AI chat support. Being overweight is the symptom. Relish treats the underlying causes of obesity. Next. Relish is now launched. We're off to a great start, converting all of our beta users to paid. Early data coming back from ad campaigns is showing excellent conversions. By the end of our first year, our target is to acquire 875 customers and achieve over 500,000 in revenue. Next. I'm an experienced CEO. My first venture was the Neo, the world's first strapless heart rate watch sold globally in all Apple stores with an exit to Adidas. The Relish co-founders are world-class experts in weight management. We're supported by an expert board, including Dr. Vince Folletti, who did the original ACE research. Next. Our seed net round is now open, and we invite you to connect. Next. Thank you.
Hello, I am Dr. Lyndsey Harper, the founder and CEO of Rosy. Next slide. Rosy just changed my sex life and my marriage. We get feedback like this every day from women, including new moms, cancer survivors, women in menopause, and those who've been desperately searching for the solution to get the spark back in their sex lives. Next slide. As it turns out, women care about sex too. 43% of us have a sexual problem, but due to lack of physician training and available solutions, women are often told to join the club or go on vacation when they seek help. We would never say these things to men with sexual health problems, and I would never say these things to my patients in my OBGYN practice. This is why, together with my all-star team, I created Rosy to empower the 1.9 billion women in the world with real solutions to solve their sexual health problems. Next slide. Rosy believes that women's sexual health should be addressed in a holistic manner, meeting women exactly where they are in their busy lives. Our first product, a mobile freemium app, represents this approach and has more than triple industry average conversion from free to paid. Our 5 core components include expert-created educational and self-help content, a library of curated erotic short stories, a supportive community, and connection to specialists in women's sexual health. Next slide. Even better than our mission are our results. In a study of Rosy users, there was a statistically significant improvement in all aspects of sexual dysfunction after use. And the more women used Rosy, the more improvement they saw. Our evidence-based approach has led to more than 3,500 healthcare providers, including 6% of OBGYNs in the United States, now recommending Rosy as the first line for their sexual health problems. Next slide, please. Rosy exists to empower all women on their journey to sexual wellness. Rosy is more than a company, we are a movement. Our early traction, clinical results, and professional adoption have positioned us to take the lead in this $40 billion market at the exact time when the world is ready and waiting for the solution that is Rosy. Next slide, please. We're currently raising our seed round and would love to connect with interested investors and potential partners. My email is Lyndsey@meetrosy. Thanks so much.
So this is what I see every day. This is real life. Women going to the internet, going to Facebook, going to Google, seeking help for their breastfeeding problems, questions, and concerns when what they really need is a clinician in their pocket. Next slide, please. Hi, my name is Lauren Majors. I'm an international board certified lactation consultant, and I'm the co-founder and president here at Sonder Health. We are disrupting the almost $1 billion telelactation and nutrition industry with our innovative solution that's connecting women to experts to help reduce infant and maternal mortality. Next. 4 million women give birth every year, but only 25% meet their current recommendations for breastfeeding. 92% of women have problems and 60% did not even meet their own breastfeeding goals. Medicaid pays for nearly half of all the births in the United States, but only a handful of states are reimbursing or providing the appropriate amount of lactation support that's needed, particularly on the outpatient and ambulatory side, leaving a really large gap in the United States space for breastfeeding support and care. Next, please. Optimal breastfeeding is critical to reducing costs, morbidity, and mortality. Every year, $3 billion could be saved if optimal breastfeeding was achieved, and almost 3,000 lives in the United States would be saved as well. Next. When breastfeeding doesn't turn out like you hoped it would, online help is just a click away. Our solution is providing online lactation and nutrition experts support 7 days a week, 365 days a year, because we know that breastfeeding struggles show up anytime, day or night. Next. Our results are showing real impact. In our clinical study that just came out this month, 41% of our patients reported that they would have sought care nowhere had they not had a telelactation visit. Half of our patients that we're seeing them outside of traditional office hours, demonstrating that we're closing gaps in care in this space in particular. And we saw 256% growth in 2020. Next. Our ask is we're seeking seed funding from 1 to 4 key partners who are passionate about women's health, reducing morbidity and mortality. And we're also seeking referrals and introductions to new investors, partners, particularly with hospitals, health plans, Medicaid, WIC, and employer groups. Next. Thanks for your time today. You can contact us here at this information. You can also find us and like us at LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Unbelievable. Can you believe how incredible those 12 were? Such a great group.